The life of a programmer is often romanticized as a dream job filled with the allure of innovation, creativity, and flexibility. However, the reality is that the life of a programmer is riddled with challenges and struggles that often go unnoticed. While coding can be rewarding, the journey to becoming and thriving as a programmer involves facing a series of technical, mental, and emotional hurdles that can make the process exhausting. One of the most fundamental struggles for programmers is staying current with the rapidly evolving world of technology. In the tech industry, programming languages, frameworks, tools, and best practices are constantly changing. A programmer cannot afford to be complacent with what they know, as today's popular language or framework might become obsolete within a few years. This constant pressure to learn new technologies and adapt to new trends can be overwhelming. The challenge isn't just about learning new syntax but about deeply understanding how to apply new concepts in real-world situations. The learning curve can be steep, and the time it takes to fully grasp the nuances of a new language or framework can be extensive, which adds pressure to deliver quickly in professional environments. Another significant struggle in a programmer's life is dealing with imposter syndrome. Many programmers, even those who are highly skilled, experience feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Despite years of experience or a strong educational background, it is common for programmers to question their abilities, especially when confronted with complex problems or unfamiliar code bases. The nature of programming often leads to isolation, where individuals spend long hours troubleshooting issues on their own. In such environments, it's easy to fall into a cycle of doubt, comparing one's progress to others and believing that everyone else is more competent or quicker to solve problems. This mental strain can take a toll on confidence and lead to burnout. Burnout itself is another common problem that programmers face. Long hours in front of a screen, debugging code, solving complex problems, and meeting deadlines can cause extreme physical and mental fatigue. Programming requires deep concentration and attention to detail, but this mental load often leads to exhaustion, especially when programmers are required to work overtime or on weekends. Startups and tech companies frequently push for rapid development cycles, which means programmers are working under tight deadlines with very little room for error. As a result, they may find themselves constantly firefighting, juggling multiple projects at once, and rarely having time to recharge. Over time, this lifestyle can lead to burnout, which diminishes both productivity and job satisfaction. A related struggle is the pressure to deliver bug-free, efficient code. Programming is a process fraught with errors, and it's almost impossible to write perfect code on the first try. Even experienced programmers run into bugs, performance issues, or security vulnerabilities that can take hours, days, or even weeks to fix. This trial-and-error process can be frustrating and demoralizing, especially when clients or supervisors expect quick solutions. The complexity of software development means that fixing one bug often reveals another, or worse, breaks other parts of the system. The pressure to deliver on tight deadlines while ensuring quality can make programmers feel as if they are constantly chasing perfection in an imperfect system. Working in a team environment can also be a challenge. While collaboration is essential in software development, miscommunication and differing opinions among team members can lead to conflicts. Programmers often have to deal with non-technical stakeholders, such as managers or clients, who may not understand the intricacies of software development. This can lead to unrealistic expectations, where clients demand features or changes that are technically infeasible within the given time or budget constraints. Moreover, team dynamics can sometimes lead to bottlenecks in the development process, where waiting for code reviews or approvals can slow down progress, adding another layer of frustration. Another overlooked aspect of a programmer's struggle is the toll it takes on physical health. Hours of sitting, poor posture, and prolonged staring at screens contribute to a host of physical issues such as back pain, neck strain, eye strain, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Programmers often find themselves glued to their chairs for extended periods, neglecting physical exercise and proper breaks. Over time, this sedentary lifestyle can lead to chronic health problems that are difficult to reverse. While some programmers may be aware of the importance of taking breaks and incorporating physical activity into their routine, the pressure to meet deadlines and solve problems often leads them to prioritize work over health. The constant need to debug and problem solve also takes an emotional toll. Coding is inherently a process of solving problems, but not every problem has an obvious or immediate solution. Programmers frequently find themselves spending hours chasing down obscure bugs, only to discover that the issue was a minor oversight or misunderstanding. This can be frustrating and emotionally draining, especially when the stakes are high, and a delayed solution affects the entire project timeline. Additionally, because the process of debugging can often be lonely and mentally taxing, programmers may feel isolated in their struggle. Even when working in a team, the individual nature of coding tasks can make it difficult to share the burden of problem solving with others. The pressure to constantly improve and innovate is another struggle that programmers face. In a field where creativity and technical proficiency are highly valued, there is often an unspoken expectation for programmers to continually push the boundaries of what they can create. Whether it's developing a more efficient algorithm, building a cutting-edge app, or contributing to open-source projects, programmers are often measured by their ability to innovate. While this can be motivating for some, it can also lead to stress and anxiety for others who feel they are not keeping up with the pace of innovation. The competitive nature of the tech industry means that there is always someone who seems to be ahead, which can create feelings of inadequacy and pressure to constantly outperform oneself. Finally, the life of a programmer is often characterized by a lack of work-life balance. Many programmers, especially those working for startups or in high-pressure environments, find themselves working late into the night or on weekends just to keep up with the demands of the job. This constant grind leaves little time for personal pursuits, hobbies, or socializing, which can lead to feelings of isolation and burnout. Programmers may also find it difficult to switch off from work, as the nature of the job often involves troubleshooting problems or thinking through solutions even outside of working hours. This lack of balance can lead to strained relationships, increased stress, and ultimately a diminished quality of life. In conclusion, while the life of a programmer can be fulfilling and intellectually stimulating, it is also filled with significant challenges. The pressure to stay current with technology, overcome imposter syndrome, manage tight deadlines, and maintain physical and mental well-being can make the job difficult to navigate. For programmers, learning to cope with these struggles is essential for long-term success and job satisfaction. The journey requires resilience, adaptability, and a support system to manage the ups and downs that come with a career in programming.